Hi everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. I'm using a small canvas. You may have seen some of my previous creations where I've said I'm going smaller because I want to use canvases that are a lot smaller than I'm used to because that's a challenge for me. But I'm also mindful that not everyone can afford to buy larger canvases or have the space in their home or their studio to always do larger. So I'm doing some techniques where we can go small, and if you want to go big, you just up the amount of volume of paint that you use and go for it. So today I'm doing a Dutch pour. My consistency is paint and water only, 1 part paint, 1 part water. I'm going to take you down to see the colour palette. I'm only using 4 colours. There's no black, there's no white. And maybe you'll be surprised at some of the colours that I've chosen for this one. So as always, I'm really excited that you're here with me. Thank you all for your support. And what do we say? Let's see what we can create. Okay, let's show you the colours and the canvas. So there's my canvas. It's a 12" by 10" canvas, and I've already painted the sides, and this is going to be my base colour. Gorgeous green. I'll talk about each tone in a second, but as you can see, that's my consistency. 1 part paint to 1 part water, and all of these paints are by Amsterdam. So same consistency for each one. So here we go. Here are the paints. And I will list all the colours in the description box. But as you can see, I've got an olive green deep, a Persian rose, a turquoise green, and a light gold. And that's going to be my colour palette for this one. So the colours are there. They're all mixed up with the water. And I've got my canvas. Let's go. So I want to use the deep green for the base. So I'm just pouring the paint onto the canvas. And then I'm going to use my hairdryer to blow the paint across that full surface area of the canvas on a cool setting and the lowest blow speed. So that's my paint down. I'm just checking I've got good coverage. That's a thumbs up from me. So I can now start puddling the paints one by one in the middle of the canvas. I'm going to just use one colour at a time, pour a puddle of paint in the centre and build upon that puddle before blowing out the paint across the canvas itself. So there my colours down. I'm just going to use my torch now to pop any air bubbles. And you'll know yourself if you mix your own paints, when you stir that mixture, you're adding air into that mixture all the time. So that torch is just to pop those air bubbles. As always, my hairdryer is on a cool setting and the lowest blow speed. And now it's about blowing that paint out across the canvas, looking at the overall composition, going down those edges, and having that balance between that negative space, so that deep green, compared to all those other colours too. So I'm done. I'm just checking for good coverage, consistency, and also just checking that there's no major puddles of paint in certain areas. If there were, then I'd want to blow those out because that will affect the drying of this overall creation. If there's a puddle of paint, it might crack because it will have different drying to the other part of the canvas. So I'm going to take you in now for a close-up of the wet version. I'll let this dry and then I'll show you the dry version. So that's the wet version, and here's the dry version. I really love that deep green for the base because it helps that green turquoise, that gold, and that pink really pop out. And I love the composition because I can still see some of that negative space, so that base colour, allowing all those other colours to pop through. I've had so much fun doing this. Remember, this was just a paint and water combination, 1 part paint to 1 part water, blowing the paint out with a hairdryer on a cool setting and the lowest blow speed. If you've had fun, please give this a thumbs up, give it a like, share it out if you can. And if you're going to do something like this, please let me know in the comments below what colour palette you've chosen. I really hope I get to see you again in the next video. Have a great week everyone and see you again soon. Bye.